I'm sorry you feel that way. They apologized. Finally, after all this time, you felt hope, maybe relief, maybe this is it, they finally get it. And then nothing changed. Or worse, it got worse, because it wasn't a real apology. Here's how to tell the difference. Before we talk about fake apologies, let's establish what a real one looks like. A real apology has these components. Acknowledgement. I did a specific thing. Responsibility. That was wrong. I hurt you. Understanding. I can see why that was painful/harmful/damaging. Commitment. I'm going to specific action to make sure it doesn't happen again. No conditions, no but, no excuses, no shifting blame. Real apologies repair, fake apologies manipulate. A real apology makes you feel heard, validated, safer, like things might actually change. A fake apology makes you feel confused, guilty, like you're the problem. Worse than before they apologized. If you feel worse after an apology, it wasn't real. Here are the most common fake apologies narcissists use. I'm sorry you feel that way. This is not an apology. This is them apologizing for your feelings, not their actions. Translation. I'm sorry you're too sensitive to handle what I did. They're not sorry for what they did. They're sorry you had a reaction. I'm sorry, but anything after but erases the apology. I'm sorry I yelled, but you were being impossible. I'm sorry I hit you, but you pushed me to my limit. I'm sorry I said that, but you hurt me first. The but means I'm not actually sorry. Here's why it's your fault. I'm sorry if I hurt you. If. As if there's a question about whether you were hurt. As if your pain is debatable. If is not an acknowledgement, it's a dismissal. A real apology would say, I'm sorry I hurt you. Not, I'm sorry if you happen to feel hurt by something that may or may not have happened. I already apologized. When you bring it up again because nothing changed, they say, I already said sorry. What more do you want? As if apology is a magic word that erases everything. As if one sorry means you never get to mention it again. An apology without change is just manipulation. I'm sorry for whatever I did. They can't even name what they're apologizing for. This tells you they don't actually think they did anything wrong. They're appeasing you to make this go away. They're not sorry, they're annoyed. If they can't name what they did, they won't stop doing it. I'm sorry. Can we move on now? The apology is a tool to shut you up. They're not sorry for what they did. They're sorry the conversation is still happening. They want closure without accountability. I'm sorry you misunderstood. Translation. I'm sorry you're too stupid to understand what I clearly meant. This puts the blame entirely on you. You misheard, you misinterpreted, you took it the wrong way. They're not apologizing. They're insulting you. I said I'm sorry. Stop playing the victim. Now you're the problem for not accepting their non-apology. You become unforgiving, holding grudges, dwelling on the past, playing the victim. Rejecting a fake apology doesn't make you unforgiving. It makes you awake. The crying apology. They cry. They're devastated. Now you have to comfort them. Suddenly the focus shifts from what they did to you to how bad they feel about it, and you end up saying it's okay, it's not. Comforting them, making them feel better, minimizing your own hurt. When their tears become your responsibility, it's not an apology, it's a trap. The public apology / private cruelty. They apologize beautifully in front of others. I'm so sorry. I was wrong. I love you so much. Then behind closed doors, happy now? I had to grovel in front of everyone because of you. The apology was a performance. The cruelty is the truth. So why do narcissists give fake apologies? To shut you up. The apology isn't about repair. It's about making the conversation end. They don't want to fix it. They want you to stop talking about it. To look good, especially in front of others. I apologized. See, I'm reasonable. They're the one who won't let it go. To avoid consequences. If they apologize, you're supposed to forgive them, give them another chance. Stop being upset, stay in the relationship. The apology is transactional. I said sorry, now you owe me forgiveness. To reset the clock. After they apologize, badly, the clock resets. Now if you bring it up again, I already apologized for that. Why are you still holding on to it? The fake apology gives them ammunition for the next fight because they don't actually think they did anything wrong. They can't give a real apology because they don't believe they need to. In their mind, you're overreacting. You're too sensitive, you provoked them, they were justified. The apology is a script. They're reading lines they don't believe. The fake apology is lip service. Nothing For contrast, here's what a real apology would sound like. I yelled at you in front of your friends. That was humiliating and wrong. I was angry, but that's not an excuse. You deserved respect, and I didn't give you that. I'm working on managing my anger better, and I'll make sure it doesn't happen again. I'm truly sorry. Notice, names the specific action takes responsibility. No but. Acknowledges the impact, states what will change. No conditions or excuses. This is what accountability looks like. Compare that to, I'm sorry I embarrassed you, but you were ignoring me all night. See the difference? A real apology. Owns the behavior, centers your hurt. Offers concrete change. A fake apology. Deflects responsibility, centers their justification, changes nothing. If you've never heard a real apology from them, you never will. Some people are not capable of genuine accountability, and that tells you everything you need to know. So what do you do when you receive a fake apology? Don't accept it. You don't have to say, it's okay. You don't have to say, I forgive you. You don't owe them absolution for a performance. You're allowed to reject an apology that doesn't repair anything. Name it, if you choose. That's not an apology. You didn't take responsibility for what you did. You're apologizing for my feelings, not your actions. An apology without change is just words. You don't have to do this. But if you want to, you can. Walk away. Sometimes the best response is no response. You don't have to debate whether their apology was real. You can just leave the conversation. Silence is a complete sentence. Watch for change, not words. A real apology shows up in behavior. After a real apology, they stop doing the thing. They respect the boundary. They show change over time. After a fake apology, they do the exact same thing again. They get mad when you bring it up. Nothing actually changes. Believe the pattern, not the apology. Stop waiting for the real one. If you've been waiting years for a genuine apology, you need to hear this. It's not coming. They are not capable of it, or they are not willing. Either way, it's not coming. Waiting for their apology keeps you stuck. Release the expectation. You can heal without it. You can move forward without it. You can live a full life without ever receiving the apology you deserve. It's not fair, but it's true. Give yourself what they won't give you. You can say to yourself, what they did was wrong. I deserved better. I didn't deserve that. It wasn't my fault. You don't need their apology to know you deserved one. A real apology repairs. A fake apology manipulates. You've been receiving fake apologies your whole life. Words without accountability, sorries without change, performances without meaning, and you kept accepting them because you wanted to believe they meant it, because you needed them to mean it. But deep down, you always knew. Your gut was right. Those apologies were empty. You don't have to accept them anymore. You don't have to pretend they're enough. You're allowed to want real accountability. And when you don't get it, you're allowed to walk away. An apology without change is just noise. You don't have to keep listening. Stop accepting apologies from people who aren't sorry. This channel is about making sense of what happened and healing. Subscribe if you want to keep going together.